Krud Kutter, the must for rust. Rust remover and inhibitor. It dissolves and removes rust, creating an ideal surface for painting. Water-based formula. Protects bare metal for up to 12 months.
Morning, y'all. I am in the shop this morning. I've got a couple hours before my first appointment. So I'm doing a little bit of bag maintenance. We're going to talk about that Pelican case that I just got and getting my screws sorted out a little bit better than they are. And those Husky cases, I'm going to play around with that for a bit. So probably just kind of a morning shop thing this morning. So yeah. Clean cutter. Actually, I'm going to stop that again. Can I do that? So that's kind of the not fun thing is you can't see preview not available. That's what Kim was talking about a couple of videos back. If it's recording here, it says not available, so you can't actually see anything. But I'm going to go back to the phone just so I don't have to download this part. So one of the things that I was going to talk about in this video was this Pelican case, and I wanted to get a little bit better, closer view there. So I'm still having to carry this with stuff in it because everything won't fit in here. I could use that rigid because then everything would fit, but again, heavier. So this right now is a little bit of a problem because when I mean it's working out great, but I still have to carry that, and my chisels are kind of just banging around in here. So that is what I got this for. However, still not thrilled with the idea of, hold this Yoda. That would fit in there, so would that. So I got one of these with the idea of taking out the center portions here. So the bad thing about these, looks like, is you can't separate it. Let's see, hold on. Maybe able to. Let's see how good their math worked out. Oh, fail. Look at that fail. So there's a fail for this one. Let's try. Are we in camera? Yeah, you saw that. Look at that. Oh, that's what happens. So we're in over here. And it goes halfway. And you almost could put it doubled up together, but they made it just a little bit too long. Wow. So then I thought, okay, what about doubling up these maybe? It doesn't make much sense to do it. Nope. So good job with your measurements, Husky. So long story short is you cannot do longer chambers than this, which is not going to fit a chisel. Therefore, this one will not be used for that, which is kind of okay because when I flip open two things, I don't want to have to flip open another one. So this will be probably put to use for my battery so that I can salvage the what am I trying to say this morning? So that I can salvage my bigger container. So that is all well and fine, but first impressions are not great. This one may end up getting used in here. I want to see something. Now this one, they did make, it's so thick though, it's going to take up so much room in this. So they did make it so that you could go all the way lengthwise by putting two, a big one, a small one, and a bunch of other. You can do this one very multi-dimensionally. So I really like that. I still haven't done my lock batteries for locks in this video. I did one a long time ago and never posted it because I wasn't happy with it, and I've never gotten back around to it. So the main point of this video though is to get this rust off this file. So not just this one though. I got another one that got rusty. Normally I wouldn't bother with this. I would just scrape it until, like, use it to file something. But with files, it really clogs up the filing, so it turns what would normally be, say, a 300 grit all the way up to a 600 grit, because when you start filing it, that rust clogs up the surface of the file, so it makes it way less effective. And here's my bit kit. I had left this in the shop for several days and realized, because I've installed several deadbolts in the meantime, I actually had to use a ruler. Oh, the horror! I had to use a ruler to do the back set measurement, and yeah, just ran across it in the shop. There was something in here that was rusty. This thing, when I bought it brand new, had the crappiest, this Ryobi, which is a guard for these little mechanisms, which are, I bought them for when I have to move bar door frames. It's one-way screw movers. You could use it for regular one-way screws, but it has a really big one in here that I wanted. The big boy. For bar doors specifically. But this thing was horrible about rusting up. And I think that was it. Yep, now there's a couple of things in shop that I also had that were rusty. Oh yeah, my ruler got rusty. My ruler got rusty too. Ew, makes it hard to see. So these three files, so 2 files in that, and one more file that I haven't counted. This thing are all gonna go into a plastic bin. That is not cracked. That one's cracked. Let's see if we can move this over here. That one doesn't appear to be cracked. And I've got some files over there, but let's see how these sit. Perfect. Perfect length. But the only thing about this is it's not a flat bottom, so the stuff pulls up in here. Let me think about that one. I need a flat bottom, longer. Normally I use the leads. But then it pulls off into the side. It's very difficult to find a flat bottom thing nowadays. I guess I could use one of these. That's got a flat bottom, and that would definitely hold it. It's got a couple of hairline cracks in it. Maybe we better go. I'll be right back. Okay, we're just gonna try this old one because the new Sterilite containers have those ridges. So I'm just gonna hope that that does not leak. I guess I could. Let's go pour water in it. See if it leaks. That's full pressure. We have a crap water system. Well, plus we're on a hill, so that affects our water pressure. It does not appear to be leaking. That's a good thing. Okay. And these probably rust up. Magnetic doodads. And I might as well do this file. Watch me do all my files and it just like eat all my files. That'd be horrible. I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter to Krud Kutter if it does do that. Doesn't have much rust, but I want to test this whole. You know, the directions do say test on an inconspicuous area first. Maybe I should leave this one out. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one out. That's my backup file. I don't want anything to happen to it. We're getting an inconspicuous area. Not quite as much money. Well, that one's got rust on it too. And I don't ever use this. These rough. This would be great for wood, but almost always, especially when I bought it actually because it was so narrow, it actually fits between your strike plate hole, like this. That's what I bought it for, because it actually fits perfectly. However, this doesn't do so great on metal. Doesn't do so great at all. And one other thing, I don't have my knife up here. About a year ago, I found a knife in my garden that I had lost a long time ago, and it was so severely rusted up. Nothing could be done with it, but, oh, there we go. Yeah, see that heavy rust? I'm gonna see if that'll come off. Because this file is pretty much all but useless because of that rust. Ew. And this one as well. So even though that's not exactly a cheap inconspicuous area, those are all useless to me right now. And I saw the comment about electrolysis. How do you say that? And that other stuff at AutoZone. I'd seen some videos on that process, but I have not set up an area to do that, which, like you said, would probably be a pretty good idea to have. However, oh, this is the one I need in my truck. However, number one, I'm just going to try this first. Since I've already bought it. Since I already done bought it. Didn't want to give me that. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright, I'll throw this one in there too, even though there's not much rust. So that'll give us a good start. Fill up the bottom there. I can't remember what else I had that was rusty. Excuse me, rusty. Let me go check my tool bag just in case. But anyway, yeah, we'll go through the process of this.
Stops rust and protects metal. The proprietary water-based formulation penetrates into every void of a metal surface and dissolves rust oxidation through a chemical action. The tiny rust-inhibiting crystals are formed and become integral with the surface of the molecules of the metal to resist future rusting. Okay, always test inconspicuous, 70 or below. Maintain wet solution to remove rust. Once it's dissolved, rinse and wipe surface and wait 1 hour more before painting. Do not put on painted surfaces. For best paint adhesive, dilute it. We're not doing any painting. The removal will protect bare metal for up to 12 months. Do not use on marble. Remove oil, blah, blah, blah. We don't have any oil. Rinse the metal to break the surface tension and wash it away. Okay, so we got to go rinse it. Apply it by brush, spray, or dipping. Use plastic, glass, or steel containers. Disassemble. Dissolving rust from iron or steel. Apply it. Dissolve for 30 minutes or less. Oh shit. Dissolves most. Yeah, we can work on marble. Do not use on marble, but everything else. Removes rust. Warning. Blah blah blah. Phosphor. This goes against everything that I know. But it does say to get them wet to break the surface tension. Okay, it's wet. To avoid having to put my rubber gloves on right now, I'm just going to pour it on and wipe it off with one of my paintbrushes. So shake thoroughly, and then we'll switch to time lapse and watch it for a little while and go use my GoPro for other stuff. Alright, here we go. Seems like this should be in a really big container instead of this little container. So I'm going to use it sparingly. Wipe off the tip of my knife there. I don't have a paper towel. Okay, let's just hold my knife right there. Ooh, it's gooey. It's very liquidy. I was expecting more of a gel. Is that sparing enough? I feel like I just want to pour a bunch on there. Ooh, it stinks. I have to take this outside. Okay, that's enough. It stinks so bad.
Okay, it doesn't like stink. It's like this really weird, I don't know, chemically phosphor. Not. It doesn't really smell. Yeah, I guess it does smell like acid. So I got my mouth covered up with my shirt. And what I'm going to do is go grab my coffee. Get out of this smell. When I come back, depending on how bad it's penetrated into this room, I may have to open the door. It's coming through my shirt. Yay! Using a well-ventilated area. Alright. I'm gonna run across the street and let it do its magic. Magic. Key boxes really do make the best boxes. Okay, so I'm getting the scrap metal out and emptying it. Scrap metal is just a couple of days worth, really. Haven't used it very often. Well, I've used it often, but not extensively. My rusty tools are over there baking. Fermenting. Every time I walk by, it's like, whoo, yeah, the smell. So guys, looks like it worked. And since it says to allow to dry, from what I can gather from those instructions, is just to let it dry to do a rust inhibitor. I'm not so sure that's a great idea, but we will do as it says. So, just wipe it off one last time. Oh, I know what I'll do. I use paper towel. I want that rust to stay there. So I'll just pat it dry and then let it air dry. Ruler came out pretty neat looking. I don't know what's up with this patina right here though. Kind of weird. We'll check them out after they dry. Because we want it to protect our metal surfaces for up to 12 months. This came out really well. Took all the rust out of there. Okay. So, done with that.
I couldn't help it, and I ended up putting oil on them. I couldn't bring myself to leave them oxidized like that. So anyway, that is the end of our rust removal. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a good one. Looks much better after that. Still kind of splotchy, but I'll put this stuff on there. So, see how long that lasts without rusting back up or darkening.